Hello folks and friends, and welcome back to the factory. So today's video was an unexpected one, to say the least. A little backstory. I acquired a lot of secondhand Rainbow High dolls in last November, and I've been lucky enough to receive a gift of UV resin from a friend for Christmas, so yeah, you know where this is going, right? I wanted to, just play with one of these dolls for a while now, so here, that's it, that's my reason. So, Rainbow High dolls have been out for quite a while now, and they are very pricey, and that's why I waited. But these are also surprisingly good quality, and they have decent articulations. They also have those striking insert eyes. As much as it breaks my heart to destroy one as the first step needing to remake it, I must admit that my curiosity got the best of me. Though of course I could not wait to do it, so I already cracked one open weeks ago, and I decided to just customize this one, just to get a feel of what I'm getting into with these beauties. I'm not sure I remember which doll that was. I think it was Skyler, just because she had blue hair, but I'm not a connoisseur, I'm more a customizer than a collector after all. So now, I've removed all of her rooted hair and opened her head. You can't really see it well because I removed most of it, but her eyes used to be in a sort of plastic pocket, and I cut that out with an artist's knife. Though, I'm gonna say it now before I forget, but you can absolutely just heat the doll's head in something like hot water and squeeze the eyes out from the front without damaging the head. The plastic is quite hard, but it softens quite well, I was surprised. It's a bit awkward, but it's definitely doable. So yeah, so here I'm just laying out my different eye silicone mold, and I made a couple of samples of them in polymer clay just to help me gauge the size. If you follow me on social medias, you know that about since December, I would say, I've started trying to actually make eyes with different color schemes. It's surprisingly hard, very hard, and I've had trouble with the UV resin not curing properly, and bubbles and such, and I did try a lot of tricks to help with these, including using the flame of a lighter or letting it rest, and it didn't quite work just as much as I would love it to be. So yeah, UV resin I think might not be as good as would be epoxy resin for making eyes, so but well, I work with what I have. Among all the eyes that I've made, there's only really two pairs that came out decent, so I'm going to use them today, but I'm definitely going to try to keep on improving. I'll probably film a video on eye making when I'll be a bit more confident, or if you want, I could do it sooner, just let me know in the comments. After making sure her face was clean, I've started sketching around the eyes to define the eyeliner and the eye creases. I cleaned her factory paint with the usual pure acetone, and it worked like a charm. She has a big stain on top of one of her eyes and it looks like pen ink, but it would not come out, so I planned the face accordingly. Of course, the vinyl was primed beforehand, and I used my usual Mr. Super Clear sealant. She had 3 coats. Make sure you are careful when handling sealant, and also, ideally, spray on low humidity days. After I was happy with the sketch, I jumped into pastels to start blushing her face. I usually contour a lot when I do monster high faces, but rainbow highs are much rounder and I wanted to keep it soft. I was thinking to go with something a bit darker but also cute this time, so yeah, I don't know why, but this doll made me want to go full on pastel goth. You know me, pastels and cute things aren't usually my cup of tea, but who was I to question spontaneous inspiration? I just embraced it. Despite the fact that her face was at least twice the size of what I usually repaint, this was a much quicker job, mainly because, well, I don't have to wrestle with drawing the eyes and detailing them. I enjoyed that much more than I thought I would, to be honest with you all. I left the eyebrows really simple at first because I wanted to try to detail them more with the use of paint later on. I just love those BGD brows with the long soft hairs, and I kinda wanted to try that for myself. I use a mix of watercolor and gouache paints for this step, and I basically add details, texture, and reinforce some details like the lash line. I mainly use those paints because they can easily be washed with water if I make a mistake. Acrylics would be more pigmented, but also less forgiving, but sometimes I do use some at the very end on top of details I want to be even more defined. With the face done, it's time to place the eyes in. I am using white poster putty for this. It's a very good non-permanent way to set eyes in place. I did not want to glue them in just in case I feel like swapping them later on. The eyes are also very round, giving her a kind of surprised look, like a bug-eyed look. I don't mind it too much for now, but keywords is for now. I know I'm probably gonna make new eyes for her in the future. These are not perfect. I'm a perfectionist. You get the gist of it. Just snake the putty around the eyes and push them in place. Then press the putty against the plastic of the inside of the head for it to stick. They'll stay in place. I went simple for the hair. In my lot there were 2 wigs that I think came with that doll that I have that has a plastic short do. I'm going to take one for this doll today. There was a kind of plastic pin inside the wig to keep it in place on the head, so I removed it so the wig would stay flat on my custom. Just for fun, I thought I'd slap a few of my BGD wigs on her and see if they fit. They were a bit big, but it also highlighted well how hair can drastically change a look. Here we have some help from a mannequin doll to help with hair. That style was reminding me of anime characters like Amane Misa or Tosaka, and I thought it was really cute. I didn't have the heart to cut the wig, so yeah, I love the color too much. As for clothes, I started simple and simply made a tube dress with stretchy fabric. Then I thought maybe adding some ornate tulle on top of it. I ended up not liking it, so instead I used ribbons to decorate it and make a mock-up belt. Then I gave her that fluffy jacket, which was one of the few pieces of clothing I had in my Rainbow High lot. I had to use it, it was just too cute. And yes, that's green painter's tape, a non-permanent way of closing the head. Though to be honest, I probably should have made something better with either magnets or velcro. Okay, now shoes, my nemesis. I hate making these, but I have none to customize, so yeah, let's go. I picked up some scraps of Worbla for it. I think what doesn't help me that my stock of Worbla is well in scraps. I have different quantities of different types of Worbla, different textures, different glues and temperatures, and yeah, it's a bit mismatched. I've received them from a generous cosplayer friend, so I can't really complain about it. I'll have to make it work despite it all. I made a kind of pattern using my beloved craft foam, and then I wrapped her feet to protect them and started eating pieces of thermoplastic with my heat gun. It softens very easily. What I find hard though is keeping the surfaces smooth and make the angles sharp and precise. The Worbla that I have in highest quantity is also reinforced with thread inside, and one of its sides is extremely textured, and I honestly struggle with it a lot when I use it. Then I watched the amazing Marina from Pop and Atelier make absolute masterpieces, and I wonder how I can improve things on my side. I mean, this is either a gift from all the gods or witchcraft, I don't know. She's an absolute craft genius. I mean, Marina, you're amazing, I love you. Those shoes honestly took me more time to make than it took me to do both the face and some of the clothes. I'm trying my best to make sure they are as nice as I can make them to be, but let's be honest, they are pretty wonky. Though they may be wonky, but they are my wonky shoes, and I am still very proud of them because they are still like the best Worbla shoes I've made so far. I gave them a coat of black acrylic paint and glued some details, and there they are. Not bad, not extremely good either, but still decent. I mean, they are decent, I'm improving, great, thank you! A little gem here on the face to act as a piercing, check. Then some fingerless gloves. I just use Mod Podge to glue some lace fabric on the hands, making sure I do not hinder the wrist joints in any way. I made her a purse much like the same way I did with my previous maple taffy doll repaint, fabric on pieces of craft foam. I decorated it with a lot of small gems, pearls and ribbons. Feeling like something was missing, I decided to give her thigh-high socks. I made these with some striped fabric directly on the mannequin doll's legs. Just wrap the fabric good side facing in. Pin it, not too tight though, since you'll have to be able to remove the socks and put them back on, and hand stitch them along the line. Placing them on my doll then, I liked them until I saw them with the pink roses that I had glued on the shoes. And I decided last minute to swap them for a black pair. Don't worry though, these will be used on another doll, I promise you. Okay, so I did add more details off camera. But I love it, I love her. I love her so much. This was a great learning experience and I definitely want to make more. Now please, let me know what you think in the comments below. I don't always know what to reply to you, but I read all my comments, all of them. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to reading all of these comments. Other doll repaints will be coming soon, folks. I'm doing a lot better and I want to share all that artsy fun with you all. In the meantime though, please folks, stay safe. I'm honestly baffled at what is happening in Eastern Europe right now. So if you have any links or infos that you want to be spread, poke me on any of my socials. I will post them publicly everywhere I can. War is ugly. We don't need that, especially not now. So yeah, I do mean it. Please, stay safe.